All glories to Balam rice and cow ghee. Instructive stories from teachings of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There was once a landlord in whose house no servant could ever continue to work for long. The landlord used to appoint new servants frequently and they would leave the job only after a few days. I am so much disturbed because it is almost impossible to maintain the household work without any servants. Unfortunate I am. Not even a single servant could stay. What's the solution? If you follow my advice, then your servant won't leave you even if you want to get rid of him. You recruit any servant and feed him with a fine variety of balam rice with cow ghee twice a day. After maintaining him in this manner for 6 months, then you can give him any kind of job you desire. After relishing balam rice with ghee for 6 months, no other variety of rice was palatable to his servant. After the lapse of 6 long months, now I should give the servant with all sorts of rigorous jobs. Whenever there was a little more work to do, the servant would be tensed. I am going elsewhere if so much pressure is continued to be put on me. I won't stay here any longer. Go wherever you want. The servant looked for some alternative job elsewhere, but he could not have the satisfaction of fine variety balam rice and cow ghee. At last, he came back helplessly to the houses of the landlord and continued to stay for a long time. But whenever there was some additional workload, he used to go elsewhere for relief. But as soon as he remembered the satisfaction of balam rice and cow ghee, he would immediately return to the landlord's house and used to say, "Actually, I had developed a sentiment for you, and that's why I am unable to stay anywhere else in peace." After a few years, the landlord happened to meet his friend. All glories to balam rice and cow ghee. Purport. This anecdote gives us a moral about the influence of woman, money and reputation for which people are desirous. It is very difficult to find a person willing to offer causeless devotional service to Lord Hari in this world. Not a single person wants to stay steadfastly in the devotional institution of Lord Sri Krishna's family environment, only motivated with material sense gratification and mundane desires for a few days. Some would like to pretend to offer services in Lord Krishna's family and then would revert to different aspects of material gain, position and reputation, religion, wealth, fruitive work or liberation to satisfy their thirst for sense gratification. With a view to attracting such persons by all means and to enlighten them of their latent potential, all benevolent spiritual masters arrange for balam rice and ghee to feed them. In other words, spiritual masters make every attempt to retain those truant persons within the family environment of Lord Krishna by way of providing various sorts of position and reputation for them. In the beginning, such persons may often play truancy by going away from Lord Krishna's family, but when they continue to receive some award, prestige, position, honor, etc. in the form of balam rice and ghee or the like, then some of them pretend to show up some sort of soft sentiment towards the landlord or the spiritual master. Thereafter, such persons are not likely to go away even if they are asked to. Therefore, all glories to balam rice and cow ghee. The earnest enterprise on the part of the landlord for the performance of his essential services is tantamount to the earnest desire of a spiritual master or a sincere devotee to satisfy Lord Sri Gauranga, whereas the servant is very well comparable to all sorts of servitors who pretend to serve their spiritual masters in a firm attitude, and balam rice with cow ghee may rightly be thought of as a servitor's desire for position, honor and reputation.